title of the meditation tonight is How to Communicate with Your Loved Ones in the Spirit World. And we'll be using not just imagination, but I'm going to try to show you how to use what we call clairsentience to connect with the spirit world. Now, I need to explain this a little bit to you too. But when you do come to this video too, I want you to, as we're starting now, I want you to keep in your mind thoughts of people that you know in the spirit world, because it's the thoughts that connect with those in the next life. Even before we begin the meditation, have it in your thoughts that you're going to connect with the people that you love in the spirit. You know, whoever it is, whether your grandparents, if you're young and you don't know people that have passed over yet, you can equally connect with your guides and benefactors in the spirit at the same time as this. And in fact, I think it's a really nice idea if, when this is finished, if perhaps you were to kind of type into the comments on YouTube and on Facebook, if you like, if you're watching on Facebook, a little message to those you love in the spirit, you know, a comment to those, or even their name, just something that will help you to make that connection. It's almost like it's like an action, isn't it? It's like, I can't get the words for this. It's like an affirmation. That's what I'm looking for. It's like an affirmation. By the fact that we type their name, you don't have to do it now, or you can do it when it's finished, or you can put a thought to that person, and also who you felt when we were doing this connection. If you felt anybody and you felt a connection with those in spirit. The reason too is also because it helps to bring it forward in your own mind when we do this. Now, like I said, we're going to use what we call clairsentience. Now, in mediumship, we have three main ways we connect with spirit. That is clairsentience, which is feeling. It's like sensing the spirit person. This is not words, pictures, or anything. It's just like a knowing that they're there. A form of perception that would pick up on things such as their personality, their kind of human atmosphere, their energy, their memories and thoughts and feelings. And when we do it in mediumship, we'll pick up on things such as their physical conditions and how they were and their illnesses and things. But we're not going to worry about that. But we're going to focus on picking up the feeling and thoughts of who they are, their personality, their character, their hopes, their fears, the things that, their quirky things about them, all those thoughts about the person in spirit that make them who they are. Okay, their personality. This is where we connect on the clairsentience. And when we go into the final stages of this meditation, we will also get a sense sometimes of the clairvoyance, which is where we see them in a picture form in our mind. And also maybe you may get clairaudience too, where you hear their voice in your mind. Okay, so those are the three aspects that mediumship uses when we give evidence of survival to people about proof of life after death. But our objective is not to do that today. It's just to connect, just to be with the people we love in spirit and to feel an inner connection with them, a mind-to-mind communication between the worlds, between this physical world and the spirit world. Consciousness is the same here as it is in the spirit, so they can connect. Okay, so it's going to be a fairly long video, because what I'm going to do for you and what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to need to do is relax and get the body into an extremely relaxed state of meditation. So I'm going to teach you to relax. So we've done this in other workshops that I've done online. So we're going to get into a state of readiness for this, where our breath is steady and where we're going to be our bodies are connected in such a way that the mind can expand. So we'll do this very deep relaxation, this yoga nidra thing that I've taught before. And when we'll watch the breath a little bit, and observe the breath, so that our mind will slow down with the breath as it does this. And then we're going to open up the spinal centers of the spinal column. So this is more than just a visualization about loved ones and the spirit. This is a technique to physically take you there. So I will show you briefly how to open the chakras of the spinal column, so that our energy of our light of our spiritual self can connect with the next world. This is what we teach in mediumship, when we teach mediums how to open. And then we'll feel our spirit guides draw close, and then the spirit world itself. And I'll show you then at that point how we're going to connect. But I'll leave that till we get to that point. And then finally, when we finish, I'd like us all to close down, because it's important to also close down after this, so that we don't be oversensitive to the world around us and let our energy get drained. So I hope you're all right with that, folks. Okay. And then at the end, we can have questions and answers for those that have joined us from the patrons and some of those from the Facebook as well. Okay. So hope you're comfortable. So get yourself relaxed, please. Let go of all stress. Let a breath go. We don't have to worry about the world for a while. This is a real technique. It's not imagination. As we let the body gradually relax. Feel the whole body relax. From the top of your head to your feet. Just let the whole body let go. Don't need any of that stress now. This is your time. This is your time to completely relax. Letting go of all the stress, all the troubles of the day, all the worries. Let them go. You can go back to them. You don't need them now. Just let that all go. Totally relax. And as you go through this meditation, you may feel in your mind all sorts of beautiful thoughts of nature, all those wonderful images. Let the mind throw up images of beauty, beautiful things, things that we might imagine the spirit world is like. They talk of it as being like a beautiful garden, of being like a landscape that is full of ineffable beauty. Unfathomable peace, absolute peace. So we'll imagine in our mind lots of beautiful images as we go through the first stages of this meditation, which is to relax. Now, we relax by focusing our attention. We move the attention around the body in a technique called Nyasa, which is to focus and then to move the attention. So now follow me as we first of all place all our attention on our thumbs. All the attention on the thumbs. Forget about everything else in the world. All your thoughts are just focused on your two thumbs. And now move the attention to the fingers, one at a time. The forefinger, the middle fingers, the ring fingers, the little fingers. Full attention on them. Again, letting go of all stress. Now move the attention to the back of the hands. All the attention is there. As we let go of all stress. And now the palms of the hands. Full attention on the palms of the hands. Now the wrists. Lower arms. The upper arms. The shoulders. Attention now drops down the side of the body. side of the rib cage, side of the waist, side of the hips, the upper legs. Keep your attention, bring your attention back, upper legs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, heels, top of the feet, pads of the feet, big toes, and now your little toes. All the attention. Now let your mind run through that area you've just been through, from your hands and your shoulders, down the sides of your waist, down through your legs, down to the floor as you touch your heels, your feet, your toes. Feel that whole area all at once. Let go. And now take your attention to your buttocks, where you're sat. Move the attention up to the base of the spine, moving up the back, middle of the back, shoulder blades, top of the back. Now put your whole attention into your neck. A lot of tension people get there. Just put your attention on it. Don't worry about trying to relax it or anything. Just focus on it. Just put the mind on it and it goes of its own accord. Back of the head. Top of the head, sides of the head, full attention into the ears. Feel the ears, curve of the ears, the temples, the forehead. Take the attention to the eyebrows. Now put the attention on the eyes and all around the eyes. Feel the pressure dropping as you feel that beautiful feeling as your body is becoming relaxed. All the tension around the eyes is gone. The eyelids, put your attention on the eyelids. Where the two eyes, eyes sit in their sockets. Feel the eyes inside. The eyelashes. The cheeks. Put your attention on the bridge of the nose. Full attention on the bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, the nostrils, the cheeks, the jawline, tension on the chin, the throat. Now let the attention move down the throat to the chest. Stomach. Feel all the internal organs relaxing as we do this too. Towards the lower stomach and bowel, and down to the pelvic floor. And now feel the whole body. The whole body just be what it is. Let it be still. Let it be at peace. Feel it full of relaxation, but also energy too. Quiet energy. Sit with that feeling for a little while. And now bring your attention to the base of the spine. This is where the first of the chakras lies. This energy is normally symbolized by a red light. So we feel a red light beginning to grow there in the base of the spine. And now if we visualize below us, we can see below us a beautiful sea of endless light. The sea itself is made of light. Glittering, beautiful light. Endless light. Light in all directions. A wonderful sea of light. And I want you now to go down to that base of spine and pull the light from that sea below into that base of the spine. Pull it up like you're gathering up great buckets full of light. great energy, swirling balls of light, great energy of light. Pull it up from that sea of light into the base of the spine and feel that center begin to awaken. It opens like a lotus flower, a red lotus flower of light. Now take your attention down again to that sea of light below and pull up another great swirling amount of that energy, full of vitality and energy from that beautiful glittering light below. Pull it up into the next chakra, which also lies on the spine in alignment with the navel. Feel that energy open. Again, we go back down to the base of the spine and we pull the light up, this time in alignment with the solar plexus. And we feel the light there on the spine beginning to open like a great beautiful flower of light. We get the color yellow normally here as that begins to open. Again, we drop our consciousness down to that sea of light below and we pull another great beautiful quantity of luminosity up our spine. We see it awakening as it goes up the spine. The spine's becoming alive like a great light in its own way. And also now we bring it up in alignment with the heart center on the spine. And we open the spine at that center too and feel it alive with vibrant, beautiful energy. Again, we drop our consciousness down to that sea of light below and we pull the light up. We pull it up the spine, up through the base of the spine, up through the other chakras, up through the heart chakra until we get in line with the pit of the throat. And there again, a great light opens. A great energy and light in that center. Feel a slight tingling in the throat sometimes as that center begins to open with radiant, brilliant light. Light upon light, beautiful light. And now again we take our attention down to that sea of light below us. It seems far away now because our energies have begun to open, but we go back there and we gather up the light. We pull the light up through the body again, up through the base of the spine, up in alignment with the navel, up in alignment with the solar plexus, in alignment with the heart, in alignment with the throat. And now we take the light right to the center of the forehead, the third eye center, the actual center of the pineal gland that lies in the middle of the brain. And we feel that open up with this beautiful lotus of light. Brilliant lights. See it in whatever color you like. It's normally given the color indigo, but feel it open as a beautiful, radiant light. Feel a peace upon yourself as that begins to open. And now the whole spine from the base right to the middle of the forehead is now alive with light. We're going to take the light on its final journey to the top, through the top of the head. So again, we look below ourselves, we gather the light, we gather a great quantity of light this time. It's a long way to go. Feel it in your imagination, but it's a real thing that's happening to your body as you do this. And lift the light up through the base of the spine, up through the navel, past the solar plexus, past the heart, past the throat, through the third eye, and now take it right up like an ascending light that spirals up through the top of the head. Feel it opening with a brilliant light. Feel it ascend through the top of the head and further up out of the body as it now opens like a fan of light. A brilliant light opening now through the crown center. Feel it opening all around you like a fan made of beautiful light. Millions of patterns and colors and tones and energies in all directions, to your left, to your right, if in front of you, behind. Feel it opening like a beautiful fountain of brilliant light. That is you. That is your spiritual self opening up. This is where you connect through that chakra ultimately. Feel the light now beginning to ascend through the spine freely. It ascends up and down the spine in all three channels of the spine. You can feel the energy moving upwards towards the light above. And now we can see above ourselves, just as there was a sea below, we can see a great sky of light above us, a great brilliant sky of light like a great sun that extends in all directions. And we let that light from above now pour down through us. It pours through us like it's made of liquid. It is so beautiful and cleansing, this light. Let it pour through the body. It pours through the shoulders, through the arms, out of the fingertips. It pours through, down through the legs, out of the toes. It pours through the body. And as it does this, it washes you completely clean within. It washes away all the stresses and strains of life and leaves you fully full of this beautiful pranic energy, this life force, these lifetrons. And now we fill the spiritual astral body with light. So just as I say, it's like a liquid light. Let it now fill the toes. Let it fill you like a vessel, filling the feet, the legs, the lower torso, filling up the whole torso, the fingers, the arms, up through the shoulders. Your body's filling with light up to the neck, through the head, and right to the top of the head until you're overflowing with luminosity. You are alive with light. You are a being of light. You are full of this divine blessing, this pure light. And now, visualize that you are a being of light within an infinity of light, an infinite light in all directions. Ahead of you, there is infinite light. Behind you, infinite light. To your left, to your right, infinite light. Above you, infinite light. Below you, infinite light. Light upon light upon light. Full of bliss, full of peace, full of love. Feel that light in all directions. And now allow that form that is you to dissolve and become part of that infinite light. Just be with it. You're all of it. You're the whole light. You're this world and you're the next world. You are both worlds. So sit for a while. Just enjoy the peace of being pure spirit. And know that in this state of pure spirit, we are all naturally connected. We are all that infinite spirit. We are all one in this world and in the worlds to come. Now, as you sit in this space, your consciousness is expanded naturally. You may begin to feel those in the spirit that love you draw close. You may feel through that power of love that also your spirit guides and your benefactors. You may not recognize them or know who they are, but you can feel a closeness of help and guidance coming from the Spirit. The Spirit is pure love. The Spirit attracts nothing ill. All is good within this space. And you will feel around you a closeness of the Spirit people. Just let that sense of closeness to the Spirit enhance a little for a moment. Now, in this same space, your loved ones in spirit can connect with you. So the first thing we're going to do is, in this peaceful state, allow our minds just to remember. We're just going to use memory. It's not them at the moment, it's just memory. But we're using the memory of them. Think of the people you love in the spirit. Think of the memories you've had, the things you've shared. Think of the positive things, not the negative things, not the passing. Think of only the good things, the happiness of their smile, the moments when you had the most joy with those people in life, the time you spent together. Let the memories rise up from your unconscious mind. Remember the times when you were young with them. Remember the times when you had difficulties with them and you dealt with the troubles of the world. Remember the happy times, the birthdays, the Christmases. Let it all just be there in your memory. Because those memories are now going up through the great consciousness we've connected with. We're interconnecting our consciousness with the consciousness of those in spirit. They too have memories of us that they share. So we can feel our memories connecting. We can feel our inner self, our minds, our feelings, our thoughts, our hopes, our fears. We can feel them connecting with them. Our shared memories, our shared love, our shared worries and troubles, our shared everything. That reason that we care for those people in spirit. Their work on earth is done, but they still have love for the us who are still struggling along the path. Be receptive. This is the important thing with mediumship. Just let go now and be receptive. You've actively developed the memories, but now just open. Let go of all your stresses again, all your fears, all your troubles. Just float there and be receptive. Because the way we connect now with the Spirit is to feel the Spirit. To feel the Spirit people around us. Don't worry if you can't see faces or hear words or anything like that. Just get the feeling. Sense the way they are. It will come spontaneously. Sense their mannerisms, their ways. You might even sense their voices somewhere in the background. Sense their personality. Observe it all. If there's grief or any problems or worries that you've had about this, just let go of that, because you must observe detached. Be free with it. Dispassionate. Calm. Sober. Neutral and unruffled. You just allow yourself to be and feel their connections. Feel it. Feel their presence. We're not looking for proof. We know they're there. We know that there's a life beyond. Just allow it to be. So from this receptivity, I now ask you to ask them a simple question. Be any question you like. Ask them a question. It could be as simple as, how are you? Or it can be a simple question about something connected between you and them, or even a question about your life. One question. Seed it in your thoughts. Send it out to them. Let go of it. And now go quiet within and allow a response to come. Listen to your intuition. Be welcoming to them. Listen. ready. Be aware. So within these moments, I hope that you've been able to get some form of connection with those that you love in the spirit. You ask the question and they will respond through your heart, through your feelings, through your mind, but mostly through your heart. And feel that connection. And when we finish here, maybe write, if it's too personal, write it down, or maybe write it in the comments, like I said, so that you can cement the connection, or even a word of thanks to them if they've given you a message, so that they can know that the connection has been made and that you have taken that message on board. And I hope that you've hopefully there had some connection for a short while with the glorious world of spirit that lies beyond, those beautiful realms. Perhaps you saw some images even, or felt their closeness, but maybe even their voice. For it's only when we get into the silence that we can truly connect with the spirit, and we put aside our restless mind and allowed the connection to come. For it always comes through the power of love. We built a bridge of love between the two worlds. But it's important now that we finish that now. We've completed our work today. And it's important now we close down. So I'm going to ask you to close your centers down. And we do it this way. We leave the top of the head to the very last. But first of all, we close the energy around the third eye center. So we close that center. We feel it beginning to quiet now in that center. Let it go still. We let the energy of the spine now quieten down. It's like the light begins to settle down. It's not over energetic. We shut the center around the throat. If it was a lotus you saw opening there, let it now close. We let the light drop down past the heart and down the spine, and the energy there now becomes settled and quiet as we close the energy center around the heart chakra. Again, if you see it like a lotus, let that lotus close. Again, we let the light drop down in alignment with the solar plexus, and we let that energy quieten down. Let the energy now drop past the navel, and again the navel center on alignment with the spine begins to quieten down. It becomes still. And now the light drops down to the base of the spine. And that center becomes just a very quiet glow. The center of the spine, base of the spine is always slightly open. But we let the energy quieten down. Run your attention over it again. The spine is now quiet. The energy around the aura is pulled in. We feel the peace as we begin to quieten down. But we're still going to go away with some wonderful energy because the top of our head is still open. And again, we let the light down through the body again. Let it flow through the body again. Liquid light pouring from above, but this time all the energy centers of the astral body remain closed. Let the light pour down, pouring out the fingertips, the toes, letting it rush through your body and cleanse any negativity which you've not picked up. But normally we could maybe pick something up if we're doing readings for people. So we wash the body clean within. And now we fill us body up with light again, this time keeping the centers closed, but now filling the toes, the feet, the legs, filling up the torso, filling up the hands, the arms, the back, the neck, up through the head until the whole body is again filled with radiant, brilliant light. And now finally we close the center at the top of the head. We let that become quiet, I often see it like a fan closing, peacock's feathers closing down, a mandala pulling back in again. A photographer used to see it as an aperture closing, a lotus closing. It becomes still, whatever images you need to close it down. And now just check your body that it's all closed down. It's important we keep it closed. We're still full of radiance and energy within, but this time I imagine that we've got a cloak and we pull it all over us. It's over the top of our head and round, and we tuck it in like a nice warm blanket that pulls in the energy of the aura, so it's back in the body as we return to normal consciousness. And I suggest that when this is finished, you spend a little bit of time perhaps reflecting a little bit on what you may have picked up there today, you know, and you can come back to this video whenever you like and try this technique again. The video will be up there, posted soon on YouTube, so you can feel this technique again and feel the time that you can spend with the spirit. Practice it through the video, but you can also practice it on your own at home as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I can take a few questions from you now if you like, and I hope you had some connections. Did you all have an interesting connection there? Did you pick up on anything from your loved ones in spirit? Please type in your comments and I'll be able to see if you've enjoyed this and you've sensed anything. Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. Did you feel anything? Did you sense anything there? Did you pick up on the energies of the spirit world around you? Because I find this technique is very, very powerful actually when you go into it. If you can really let go into this, you will feel wonderful sort of energy, but it's good for you spiritually, but it will connect you, and it will connect with your spirit guides. See, you've got a nice message there, Claude. It came from your unconscious mind. It came through the unconscious in your intuition, but these are real messages you can get, and you might even sometimes get things that can give you like evidence and proof of survival. No message, but you felt very relaxed, and that's just as important, Ben. Actually, it's good that you did that, because you know this technique is very restorative actually, because we're working with the energy field of us. So if you've got animals, oh, that's interesting, Suzanne. Yeah, because you know they're just as close to many of us as the loved ones we've lost. You know, not everybody's lost people. It's a way to connect with the spirit. You felt very relaxed. Great. Karan, that's great, because again it's nice just to feel that spiritual energy around us. You picked up a word. See, that must have come, Diana, from sort of a long way back, perhaps, you know, even retrieving it as a memory. But sometimes, like I say, their memories and our memories connect when we do this, you know, and it's like this is how mediumship works. It's a blending of the thoughts. And then, you know, as a medium, of course, I'm able to prove things to people when we do this. So you tried to connect with your brother, but it was your husband came through, you know. So it's interesting that what will come is often very unexpected. You'll find what comes to you is often unexpected that comes through, you know. And it's a nice energy to do, you know, and so you were getting lots of interesting images and things, because I'll be putting images on this video afterwards, you know, for people to look at. You had muscle twitches. I get that sometimes. That's because you've relaxed very, very fast, actually, Diane. Nothing to worry about. The muscles will twitch sometimes, and you'll get a lot of physical sensations of all sorts when you go into a very, very deep meditation. It's something that definitely happens to people, you know. Yeah, I see. And again, you tried to connect with one person and another one came through, and that's actually very interesting, Silver, because you know, it's not what we expect that comes through. Often it's completely unexpected. That's why we put a question out, and often things will come back, and it kind of takes you by surprise, because you think, where did that come from? You know, like someone said about they had an unusual memory that popped in. Where did it come from? You know, and it comes from the spirit, you know. And you found that relaxing, Suzanne. Yeah, that it is. It's very, very, very. Some of the techniques there are you know, I've combined a few techniques, but it is a powerful thing. You were connected with your father. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you managed to do that. And he seemed young and happy, because that is true. Actually, the spirit world, they stay in their, what Jung called their primal form, the perfect me. You know, the you that you would want to be forever. You know, because why be an old person in the spirit world? You don't want to be hobbling around as an old person. You might, you know, live your life as a child or a teenager. So you were getting images. You didn't know who it was. That's still all right, because I mean, it might be something that's going to be revealed to you. You know, you don't know what you're going to get there. It could be your spirit guides coming through. It could be a connection that you don't understand, and it might be for someone else. Because sometimes when we do this, we can connect with other people, and we can get messages for each other and share them, which is what I would do in a circle. But I mean, we can't really do that here tonight. But you know, sometimes it's a very interesting way that things connect like that. You know. So you're getting some interesting bits there, I and V, and happy, good feeling, but good, generally a good feeling, I think. I don't think anybody here, from what I've seen, felt uncomfortable with that. It feels to me that you were beginning to feel quite relaxed about the whole way this went. See, you're getting nice messages there, agility bits, aren't you? See, it's not what you would have thought. It comes through. It's coming through in a way that is their way of communicating. You know, so it's kind of helping you to understand that it's not just coming from the mind. This comes from a deep place within ourselves that connects with the spirit world. Hi, pal. Not seen you for a while. Yeah, good. Yeah, so you've already working with some techniques yourself to connect with the spirit. This is the thing with this. You know, we learn from each other, and the spirit is always there in the background helping us. Anyway, I'm going to finish there, and I thank you all for joining me here today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be doing these more regularly on the Patreon site. I connected also today through Facebook, because so that some of them Facebook friends could join us as well, as you've seen. But we're doing some new stuff also on Zoom as well. It will be on the Patreon pages, so I'm more interactive because I'll be able to talk to some of you through Zoom. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope it's been helpful to you. You know, I'm always pleased that you you know, you're able to connect with me like this, and come back and have another look later, because I'm probably going to edit this, and we'll do something with it to add some nice imagery on it and some music. Okay, thanks. See you soon then. Bye for now. My wife Jane and I do our public work for free. We raise money through the theatres to raise money for our Hamilton Parker Foundation. This is a not-for-profit company that is soon to be registered as a charity. Now, our work is going in to help with the objectives of this charity, but you can help us as well by becoming what we call a patron of this channel. Now, as a patron, you'll get, first of all sorts of really interesting benefits. You'll have a sort of behind the scenes look at what goes on with our work. You'll get videos before other people. You'll get new videos. You'll get all sorts of benefits that are explained in the Patron website, and it has various tiers that you can subscribe to. So you can subscribe to just a little bit and get a few benefits, or you can subscribe a lot and get a lot of benefits. And what this means is that we can raise some money through this channel. Now, this money's not going to me and Jane to give us a fancy lifestyle. This money is going into our foundation that has some fantastic objectives. Now, the first thing we want to do with the foundation is, first of all, get a cyber center together, a cyber temple, as it were, a place where we can introduce new people to you through this channel. So by supporting this channel and giving something to the as a patron, you will find that this channel will start to get better and better content with more and more interesting things going on. We'll be able to get the cameras, we'll be able to have the space, we'll be able to have the right setting where we can build the energy to do things such as mediumistic circles and so forth online. But also our work extends further than that, because we are hoping ultimately to build a spiritual center, a psychic
ashram, as it were, where people like you can come to visit and take part in an interactive way through this channel as well. But also we are doing a lot of what we call spiritual service. We are going out and giving a large part of the income we generate to people in India who are destitute. We've given to schools, we've fed children that are in need, we've helped mentally handicapped people, we've given cows to old people in India. Some of all this you'd have seen in my movie Mystic Journey to India on Amazon. But all of this is part of our mission, part of our remit to help the world. Because we're not only trying to find our divine nature, we're also trying to live what we learn and express it in ways that are really beneficial to the world. So if you follow this channel, but more importantly, if you become a patron of this channel, you can help us to take this whole mission onto a much higher level than any psychic work has ever been done before.